When you're embodying clarity and expressing clarity in everything that you do, these simple everyday tasks such as a phone call or an email, for example, are an expression of the clarity that you are. Your communication improves because of that clarity. The communication is clear, and everything is seen. Because everything is seen, things don't go missing. Like missing certain pieces of information in an email or in a dialogue, a conversation with someone. Because you are expressing that clarity. And because you're embodying that clarity, that's the reference. And you see, in your communication, you command that same clarity back. So if someone is communicating with you through email or maybe a phone conversation, when you're embodying that clarity, you'll see that you will command that clarity, and that might come up in the form of, can you clarify that for me? Because you don't like that vagueness. When you're embodying the clarity, there's no more gray zone in your life. The gray zone is the confusion zone. That's where confusion lives, is in the gray zone. And there's no more interpretation, which happens in that gray zone. Clarity, when it's embodied and expressed in everyday life, eliminates that gray zone. There's no more confusion. Things become black and white. It's so easy to see. It's very simple. It makes your communication very efficient. When you write an email, it's very clear. It's easy to understand. When you speak on the phone, it's very clear. It's easy to understand. You waste no energy circling something. You are very direct and can cut straight to the heart of what needs to be said, what needs to be addressed. You're not beating around the bush. It's that clarity that cuts and goes directly to what needs to be said in the phone call or the email or any sort of communication. And this clarity starts clearing up certain relationships that you have. It sort of flushes out everything from the shadows into the light. Everything that was hiding is now exposed in the clarity that you are, the clarity that you express, the clarity that you live. And you start seeing how before, when you weren't embodying that clarity, you were missing a lot of things. Things went missing. The confusion, the interpretation. A lot of mistakes happened. Oh, I thought you were going to handle that, or I thought that's what I was supposed to do, or whatever it is. You see this kind of gray zone when things are left open-ended, sort of like that. Then that gray zone is where certain people drop the ball in collaborations. Things are assumed, interpreted. There's just confusion. But when you're embodying that clarity, there's no room for that confusion anymore. That clarity literally eliminates that confusion. If something even seems a bit confusing, then you just simply ask for it to be clarified. And that becomes the standard. That clarity that you are is embodied. And that clarity is the standard. So everything is sort of referenced to that new standard. And that standard is embodied. So things sort of filter through that clarity. And when, let's say, a confusing email comes in and is filtered through the clarity, well, then you see there's no more confusion anymore when it's filtered. When the email kind of sounds confusing in its draft, and then you check it against your reference point of the standard of clarity that you live, then you see that the next draft, it's clarified. And the confusion is gone. There's no more confusion. So it's very practical. It improves simple tasks such as writing someone an email at work. It improves your conversation skills and your relationships. And it's those everyday activities that are really an expression of your essence, that clarity that you are, is expressed in your everyday life, where these everyday tasks, such as writing someone an email or phoning someone and having a conversation with them, is an opportunity for you to integrate that clarity. It's an opportunity for you to express your essence. And you can see how this starts transforming the most mundane activities, a phone call, an email. But you can also see, by extrapolating that, how it starts transforming your relationships. You can see how it starts transforming your life. And if that's something that you want to experience, if that's something that you want to live, then I invite you to join me in that clarity. Join me in truth.